after the fight, Shakur Stevenson got in the ring, and he and O'Shaquie, who has called Shakur out on this very show, among other places, jawed at each other for everyone to hear. Later, O'Shaquie talked about what happened. Check it out. You think, even though Shakur is perceived as significantly better than O'Shaquie, that O'Shaquie's style presents Shakur problems, or no?
Honestly, from what I noticed from the fight with Ford, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think they have a good talk, good back and forth exchange. It's good for the sport of boxing, good hype, but 10-pound difference. I think that both guys need to focus on what's in their path and what's in their time frame when it comes to their weight divisions, rather than trying to stir up a pot that's not going to be.
Agreed.
Big fight stuff like that, but I mean, I think Shaq deserved it, bro. I shared the ring with Shaq before Shaq got up. And I feel Shaq is real good, and I mean, I want to see it. It'll be great. But it's 2 minutes getting on. I know.
Forget everything you thought you knew about Shakur Stevenson's next opponent. Because the one everyone's talking about, the one igniting a firestorm of drama, it's not Stevenson-Foster. Max Kellerman is already reacting to a wild altercation that's cranking their rivalry to an insane level. This isn't just pre-fight talk. This is bad blood boiling over.
I like Shakur Stevenson, who's a southpaw, super hard to hit, right? Is not always everyone's biggest payday, does not get shouted out. I'm hearing everyone shouting out.
/in, /in.
26, but he's bigger than he is. And Shakur is a little more talented than O'Shaquie. I'm not saying O'Shaquie can't beat him. I don't want to do that, after this great victory that he has, but that's a tough fight to move up 10 pounds and fight a dude that's bigger than you and a little bit more and more talented. You know what I'm saying? That's tough. Shakur Stevenson might be the best fighter in the world. You know what I mean? He's that good. If I was Stevenson-Foster, I would fight Navarrete, but he's a gun. I'm sure he wants to fight Shakur. Maybe they got some kind of history. Who am I to say? But I think that I would clear out the division that I'm in, and before I jump 2 weight classes, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's not meant to jump weight classes like that. I think it's overrated anyway.
Coach Bredman Edwards is already calling Stevenson bigger and more skilled, making a move up in weight a nightmare for Foster. He sees Shakur as elite, arguing fighters should clear out their division before jumping. That's a huge vote of confidence, but it also paints Foster as a stepping stone.
It's a puncher. I think he's very, very physically strong, and he has like them hard hands. Some guys got like explosive hands where they hit you and they put you to sleep. And then some guys got kind of hard hands where they don't have the highest KO percentages, but when they hit you, you feel it, and they like beating you up, and they let you know like you don't want to keep taking this all night. I think he has those kind of hands. I looked at Scooter's face, and he was like discouraging him. He was like busting them up a little bit. I would not favor Stevenson-Foster against Shakur, but I'm not going to disrespect Stevenson-Foster and say he.
/in.
I mean, Shakur, I know Shakur want to fight somebody smaller than him. Nothing wrong with that. That's the Shakur magic. That's like how a lot of people do it these days.
Even Stephen Edwards, Foster's coach, describes him as physically imposing, a guy who builds power with relentless pressure, wearing opponents down. He admits Foster can trouble anyone, but still leans toward Shakur. That tells you just how dominant Stevenson is perceived, even by the opposition.
Fights, I think that's part of it. Foster's the kind of guy, he could be a straight up boxer. He'll look to press, he'll look to go into. He's a well-rounded fighter. He can fight inside, outside, but he's predisposed a little bit to fighting well, or maybe better on the outside, where he throws everything nice. He's a sharpshooter. He throws nice, straight, short punches, concise punches, accurate punches. He's got that kind of style.
/in.
He's a good, solid, technically, based fighter. Again, everything by the book. Doesn't do anything really where he gets sloppy. He does everything pretty. even when he gets inside, when he does go inside, he's not throwing a million punches, but he's throwing the right punches. He'll throw the uppercut. He'll try to put a hook with it. You know, he'll go to the body. He'll place shots. He'll throw educated punches.
But hold up. Did you catch what Floyd Schofield Jr. said? He's got almost zero interest in Stevenson versus Foster, suggesting Shakur often prefers naturally smaller opponents. He thinks this is just Stevenson's usual style. That's a bold claim, implying a tactical choice rather than pure dominance.
Shakur kind of got him on that one, honestly. And I like Oshaki, man. I like Oshaki, but I do think that Shakur, he is just. I don't think Oshaki's like defensively aware enough to, give Shakur too much trouble. Like Shakur, he's just on cruise control now when it comes to the guys that he's been fighting. And on top of that, he's way bigger than Oshaki, bro. I did not think he was that much bigger than him. He stepped in the ring. I was like, oh snap! That was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't think Shakur is gonna lose that fight. I think Oshaki, he's being very ambitious in this fight, and I also think that in the sparring that they had, he might have found certain things in those sparring that's gonna make the fight interesting. I think so, but it's been a long time since they
/in.
See Oshaki winning that fight as of right now.
They're two chess masters, right? You know, Shaq can play chess extremely well too.
He can.
Is that just you're not gonna out Shakur though? You know, at that game.
Yeah, he's probably like the most patient guy that I've ever seen in the ring. And then he, like, a lot of his moves are calculated. All of his moves I feel like are calculated. Like I think, Shakur just doesn't have devastating power, but if he did, he would be the full package. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the only thing that he might be lacking in terms of this, because he's decent fighting it inside, very well fighting mid-range, and has long distance as well too. His distance control is great. Yeah, man, I just don't see in this matchup him having much.
Now listen to this part from Teddy Atlas. He emphasizes that fights are all about styles. Atlas describes Foster as a versatile boxer, able to switch between pressure and range with dangerous timing and accuracy, especially from long distance. This isn't some walk in the park. Foster has tools.
Is not your average fighter. He's a great fighter, you know.
Definitely not your average fighter. Definitely not a Crawford though.
Not a Crawford?
Come on, man. Look at the KO ratio.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. The IQ, the level of boxing ability and skill that he has, that he uses.
Okay.
Shaq a good fighter. Shaq a good fighter.
Every way. You said every way. So I had to throw it in there. Sorry.
No. We know he's not a knockout puncher. We know that.
But IQ, they match up, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Far as, like, you ain't gonna beat him. That's what I'm saying. This guy you ain't gonna beat him. Good fight though. If I'm shocked, you know what I'm saying? I just don't see how you gonna beat him. You can't hit him.
You don't see nothing.
You can't hit him.
Swinging that air.
/in.
Watch the fight and watch that chess play out between two chess masters. Shakur would be the favorite in that fight, I think, for sure. And I would favor him. But it is an interesting fight. It is. And it'd be interesting to see Shakur have to play chess with someone who's a chess master too. And all the animosity and build-up. Before you tell me exactly why it won't happen, though, want to give props to Oshaki Foster.
And get this, Atlas doubled down, calling Oshaki Foster disciplined, technical, and reliant on timing over volume. He praises Foster's calm and close exchanges and selective, well-timed punches to both head and body. Foster is a calculated boxer. This isn't just a warm-up fight, it's a chess match.
Keep with the way they were talking, one of his little... He sees this as like a sparring partner he gave some work to. He sees him as the kind of guy he can tell to go fight somebody else, another one of his juniors, another one of his little ends, that he won't get past. And it's not in the fact that you're even talking about him in the breath with me is what he was mad about. The fact that the kid's got some point, that you did promise him a fight if he got through this hurdle, and he actually went over there, fought the guy, and got through the hurdle. He called your bluff. Yeah. And like I say, you ain't doing it. No, the money won't be there for that fight. Yes, I'd love to see it. It'd be interesting. I mean, but am I dying to see it? No. I'm not dying to see that fight. And I think in a way, Shakur, not even in a way, I think Shakur is right. Like, he is better than Foster. Foster maybe can get better. I don't know if he can get that good, though.
/in, /in.
Don't know, it's going to be very difficult to be smaller than Shakur and coming up and beat him. Because you got to, like, put, like, some kind of, like, just that dense body weight and just physical strength on him to just complete. If it's really hard to outbox him. So you got, I don't. Oshaki Foster can box his ass off, but I don't know if he can box at the level of being able to outbox Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? So that's a different level of boxing.
Despite that, Bruce Carrington still backs Stevenson, pointing to his defensive skill, size, and ring control. Bernie Thaw echoes this, calling Shakur far from average with elite IQ and defensive mastery. They both agree Foster will struggle to land clean shots. The consensus is clear. Stevenson is a nightmare to hit.
Down a fight for $100 million?
Yeah, I actually would. I do respect that in him. I think that he just knows it's his time to call it. I will say, though, his competitive nature, that might bring him back. If he sees me running this up, he might want to try to challenge the young bull. I ain't gonna...
/in.
Garcia is somebody that comes in there, you never know which version of him is going to show up. So if the good version of him show up, he gets spanked. If the bad version of him show up, he gets...
Sean Zadel believes hardcore fans would love this tactical battle, with Stevenson as the clear favorite. But Radio Rahim reveals Stevenson sees Foster as a lower-tier opponent, almost a sparring partner he's frustrated to be linked with. That's a wild level of confidence, or perhaps disrespect.
But Ryan Garcia got to understand one thing that's very important. I'm not Devin Haney. I'm not Devin Haney.
How are you different than Devin Haney?
With all due respect to Devin Haney, he got his game, but my game is at a higher level. My defense is way better. I could stand there in front of guys and defend myself.
/in. Okay, so Foster might be a good test, but let's be real. That's not the fight everyone is screaming for. Ryan Garcia just dropped a bombshell, saying he'd be willing to step in against Shakur Stevenson if the negotiations line up. This changes everything. /in. And Stevenson, he's interested. He's raising doubts about Garcia's consistency, but makes it clear he's open to the matchup, believing he has the tools to control whichever version of Garcia shows up. That's a direct challenge, and it sets the stage for a legitimate grudge match. /in. But Garcia isn't backing down. He pushed back hard, saying Stevenson doesn't overwhelm opponents like the elite monsters do. Robert Garcia, breaking it down, gives Ryan the edge in speed and power, suggesting he needs to set a high pace for a stoppage. For Stevenson, distance and counters, this fight is a coin toss. /in. Sergio Mora, however, points to Garcia's limited movement versus Stevenson's speed and elusiveness. Bruce Carrington even questioned if Garcia's *best* version could compete with Shakur's elite defense. It's a classic speed versus power, defense versus offense showdown. /in. Garcia's left hook is dangerous, but Akajai says it won't be enough against Stevenson's elite defense and distance control unless perfectly disguised. Even Garcia's sparring partner acknowledges Stevenson's impact and timing. This isn't just about landing one big shot, it's about finding it. /in. Look, all this back and forth on Garcia is great, but Adeladipo believes the real asterisk fight, the most anticipated matchup in boxing, the one fans have waited years to see, is Shakur Stevenson versus Gervonta "Tank" Davis at 135 pounds. That's the money fight. That's the legacy fight. /in. So there you have it. While Oshaki Foster brings a tough challenge, the entire boxing world is already looking past him to the bigger fish, Ryan Garcia and ultimately Gervonta Davis. This isn't just about who Stevenson fights next, it's about his path to true superstardom and cementing his legacy. So tell me, who do you think Shakur needs to fight next to prove he's the real deal? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.